We haven't done anything on these.
We haven't, but you know what? We're late to the party because these guys got something real here. What we're looking at here, we're going to go look at another one too, but the reason why we wanted to look at this pretty blue one is because this is a full dual control for training. As your camera comes around to the other side over here, you'll be able to see that I've got a steering lever here which moves the nose wheel. But you know, if you're up front and you're taking a lesson and you may not be doing that right, how does the instructor help you? Used to be you were stuck. But indeed now you've got another handle in the back, and as I move this one, you'll see they both move. So that and throttle control. On the other side over here of this airplane, you've got a throttle back here, this tall pole that's standing up, and they've got throttle back here. So for someone given instruction in this airplane, you can have all the controls so that the instruction goes smoothly and well.
Looks like we have dual steering as well then.
Yeah, you know, steering bars on a powered parachute, meaning you're going to pull down one side of the back of the wing or not, and you do that by your feet. So kind of like rudder pedals, so it's not so strange. It just seems a little odd at first, but again, how does the instructor do that? In the old days, they had to reach up and actually grab the line here that does that. Now they've got this very nice step arrangement on it that is connected to it. So as you see, as I move this back and forth, now they've got it firmed up here a little bit, but normally as I would move this back and forth, you can see it's moving this one as well. So the instructor in the back can completely control this thing. Lets the student do it, of course, but if something goes a little haywire, the instructor's right there to help.
Now you move to the seat that I'm generally sitting in, the instructor seat. How's it feel back there?
So I've been a few times too. When I first started learning a little bit about flying a powered parachute, these things are pretty much simplicity defined for flying. They look a little different, but they're really easy to fly. Enough so that the FAA says you don't need as many hours to get a sport pilot certificate in one of these. Only 12 hours is required. And frankly, 12 hours is, you're going to wonder what to do for 12 hours because you probably figure it out in the first 2 or 3. But you start back here. You go up with an instructor, he'll give you the feel, you get to experience the aircraft. But one of the cool things here is, look at the seat height difference. I'm sitting up here, oh, I don't know, more than a foot higher than the front seat, which means while a pilot is sitting here and his head's about here, I've got full visibility around him. And yet at the same time, I've got a real secure cage around me. If something happens here, you're gonna, if you do something you're not supposed to do, you're not gonna pay much of a price in it. But it also gives, in a normal flight where everything's going perfectly, as we hope most of them do, a student back here or a passenger back here, which is allowed under SLSA, of course, is gonna feel very comfortable, nicely surrounded by this beautiful workmanship. As we look at all this, just all nicely crafted, all the parts, everything, everywhere you point your camera, you're gonna see something good looking.
Has this company been in business for a while now then?
This is one of our leader companies, actually. They've got 1,500 aircraft flying, and they were also early in the game with SLSA. So we've only got 5 powered parachute producers who are making SLSA, or fully built, ready to fly, commercially available for instruction or rental. So that's a nice advantage that we didn't used to have back in the ultralight days. But these guys are one of the leading companies, and no wonder why. Look at it. If this doesn't inspire you, I don't know what does in the way of hardware and nice execution.
What kind of performance and what kind of power are we using in this unit?
Well, these aircraft commonly now use the 912 ULS 100 horsepower engine. Now we started with some of these back in, there were even a few 503 50 horses. Then they mostly used lots and lots and lots of 582s with the 64 horse option. But today, everybody likes 4-stroke, and why not? They've got a lot of power, they work really well, they run smoothly, they start up great. Why not have it on here? So this one comes with the 912 ULS 100 horsepower model. It's not about going fast in this case, it's about having a good time up in the air. But look at the aerial platform here. Of course, I'm sitting on the ground, but if I was flying, I could see everywhere here. You've got more visibility in a powered parachute than just about any other aircraft I can think of. And when you go aloft, what are you going aloft for? You're either going to go somewhere, or you're going to go up and have a look around. If you want to have a look around, why not a powered parachute? Looks good to me. Well, let's go voyaging, right? Pull down, feet up. I won't put my feet on it because we're not all rigged up here and I don't want to scratch things, but this is your steering bar. Simplicity personified. I mean, steering bar for a ground, steering bars for the air. And here you got a Part 103 legal machine available either as a kit or ready to fly, which of course they've always been able to do. It's available with the 447 Rotax or the 503, and they're both legal. So that gives you plenty of power, or one for a little less cost. And what's not to love? You don't need a pilot's license, you don't need a medical, you don't need registration. You need some training, because I'm sure they won't sell it to you without a little training, or at least to know that you already know what you're doing. But other than that, you're free to go fly and have a good time.
And I thought you've got a manufacturer behind it that's been here basically since day one.
That's right. They got the drill down. Once again, you got this nice structure around it, which I like. There are some that were wide open out here. Now that has its advantages, I understand, but shoot, how much more visibility do you need? I thought it was good in the two-seater. Here it's wide open here. You can't not like this. And the wing all the way up above you, about the only thing anybody usually adds to this if they need it at all. Some guys put a little convex mirror here so they can see the wing above them. But otherwise, you're just up here flying along with your throttle and your steering bars. How hard is that?
And if we want to get more information, where would we go?
We go to Powrachute.com, not Powrachute, but P-O-W-R-A shoot, C-H-U-T-E.com, Powrachute.com. And on that site, I'm told there's lots and lots of stuff about all their models, and a lot of things about just generally flying in a powered parachute I've seen.
And do you have a flight report on this one?
I do have a powered parachute, Powrachute, powered parachute. That's a lot of words there, isn't it? Powrachute report on my site, and you can find that on bydanjohnson.com or bydanjohnson.com.